Alright, B. I ain't gonna lie. I done found me one of them ones. Superhuman era, one of them ones. It's one of them ones. I'm gonna have to rearrange my top 10 list, and I gotta find somewhere to squeeze that motherfucker. I gotta fit it in the slot. I gotta fit it in the slot. That shit is gas. When I say it's, cause I remember, I think I got recommended it like a year ago. I got recommended like a year ago on TikTok, and I was like, I'll read it eventually. And then I went to a website, and I don't think the one website had it, and I was just like, oh, I guess it ain't meant to be. Then it popped up on Webtoon. I'm like, okay, this shit meant to be. It gotta be meant to be because there's no way anything that happens to have hype and it ends up on Webtoon is definitely gonna be good. I know. I still have yet to read Lexi, but I might just have to put some faith in it after what I've been seeing about that. Then Lookism was good. Lookism was great. I don't know why they ain't dropped in the past 2 weeks. I'm getting a little worried, but okay. Yeah, Superhuman era though. I'm gonna try and keep this one spoiler minimum, and then I'm gonna make another one spoiler heavy. So boom skis. They got it's a world. It's a world where it's superhumans versus xenoterrans, right? I thought it was gonna be basic. I thought it was gonna be basic on some One Punch Man shit. He literally showed up. White Cat, that boy Kang, that's my guy. That's my guy. That's my slime. That's my twin. He literally popped up on some Saitama shit. He and I ain't gonna lie, like with how this character is done, you knew something was. I'm not gonna say it was off. Ain't nothing off about him, but it's something off about him. Like you can tell by just the way he approaches not just Xenoterrans, but how he goes through life. His character has very minimum facial expression. It's as if he literally can't. It's as if he can't produce any physical reaction to anything because to everything that's going on around him, it just seems like, damn. Like his whole character is just, damn. But he's funny as hell. He's funny as hell. He's funny as hell. The whole everything gets funny. When it gets comedic, it gets comedic. But I'm saying like you could tell it was something off, but I didn't know they were gonna go the way that they went with him. I didn't know. I fast passed. That's when I get to say all that shit. I fast passed. I didn't know they was gonna do what they did with his character. I love it. I love it. I love it. Put Kang in the top 10 manga main characters. Go ahead and do it. If you read it, you gonna do it too. I promise. The art style, it threw me. It threw me for a loop. It threw me for a loop because it's so weird. It's one of every once in a while I'll come across a manga where its art style is nothing like I've ever seen. Like it's genuinely out there. With some things, of course, all manga have like different art styles because it's different creators, but a lot of them you can find the similarities, you can find the comparison. This shit, I can't find a comparison for it. This shit is weird. The art style is weird, but it grows on you so much. The faces of the superhumans with like the strong that's how they all look. The strong veins popping out of their foreheads and shit. Like consistently though. Kang the only one, which is why, like I said, something's wrong with him. But yeah, they all got like the very serious, especially Ketchup Man. Ketchup Man got it. Ketchup Man got it. Ketchup Man and Pearl, they got them veins protruding. And the leader of that one gang that's in the school, he also got it. So I think that he's a superhuman. I think that he's a superhuman. One, because they hype him up so much, but at the same time, when it came to the arm wrestling match, he was winning his matches, even though sometimes, even though like the last one they cheated, he didn't respect that. He honestly felt like he could win, but he just feels like he's gonna be an antithesis to Kane. Another thing that's really good, the world building is the world building is nice. I love manga that go like the international route where they don't stay in their lane. They branch out across the whole planet. Because in a lot of manga, you'll think that this is a planetary ass threat. And then they saying this a planetary ass threat, but all this shit takes place in one spot. Like, I promise you, you venture out, someone gonna drop your ass. But this one is very early with saying, nah, this is an international thing. Like, everybody's going through it right now. And the way that the Xenoterrans always pop out, yet there's not that many superhumans. Like, even the ones that they know about, it's probably like 3 of them. The ones that they don't know about, if you want to count them, then it'll probably be around 7. There's not a lot of superhumans that's been discovered, but there's always Xenoterrans attacks, and nobody knows where superhumans came from. So then you get all these international ones, and you get all these factions, but there's definitely more factions, and a lot of the good factions don't really want to work with each other. I'm not gonna say that, they just haven't had really the chances to collide, but some of them definitely wouldn't be able to work with each other. It feels like One Piece kind of, with like how all these factions, they have similar goals, but they're all different, where nobody's like really, you can't really say that some of the superhumans are in the wrong for not working with others. They just, everybody's doing their own thing, and then eventually it's all gonna end up coinciding, especially with how you can tell that everybody's gonna end up colliding eventually. They're gonna have to, with the threat that's coming on. The Xenoterrans are interesting. When you read, you're gonna end up running into something, and it's gonna change like your perspective of them. From, of course, you'll have the opinion that, okay, maybe these niggas got intelligence. They have something more than intelligence. These niggas is weird. The Pandora box, there's a thing. All right, so it's not even really a spoiler, because they ain't even do shit with it yet. They showed it like once, and then never gave an explanation, never even really gave context of what the fuck it even was. If in my opinion, it probably led to the superhuman abilities. I think that that's where like the superhuman essences came from. I think it came from the box being opened, and then in some way things go weird. But then you also get like the weird, of course, every human faction needs to have one human character that don't fuck with humans. I don't know why. But every human faction needs to have that one guy. There's always that one guy. I fuck with him though. I fuck with him. I wonder how he's gonna turn out. I feel like he's gonna be a lot like Abel Lagislav in Ordeal, but at the same time very different. Because at least Abel's so open with it. Abel is so open with how much he don't fuck with people. No, he fucks with humans. He don't fuck with the Chemio. But this nigga don't fuck with humans or superhumans. But he's given the facade, and he's manipulating shit. And he's manipulating shit in a way that it's like, am I really manipulating you, or are you manipulating yourself into thinking that I'm manipulating you? It's fire. His writing is fire. Can't wait to see what he do. The fighting is really good.